The validity of anti-fashion. Ecologically and economically, consider the leftovers. Everyone loves the Michelin star restaurant enjoyer. We enjoy ourselves and then take home the leftovers. One belligerently lazy day, you glance into the refrigerator at the assortment of boxes, and from this you compose a sonnet known as a meal. Unable to participate directly in fashion because of my age range, my income level, my cultural background, my community, or perhaps simply my standing, the appeal of the fresh, gourmet arrangement left over in the fridge becomes more obvious. The real. Somehow anti-fashion begins at naught, which we can call the real (0,0), the present moment. The place where we are heading is towards refinement, and as the present moment moves forward in time, the past becomes more and more of a simulacra, or a stimulation of the nostalgia. Mimicry of nostalgia is within itself an art form. However, the closer mimicry is to the present moment, the more real it feels. The best example of the discomfort of this mode, which is why we consider it anti-fashion, is genetics. We can either theoretically achieve the refinement of an increased metabolism, or we can create a genetic simulacra through mimicry via surgery or other augmentation. It is an ever-updating concept of normality, or in the case of the ephemeral, it is the dilution that leads to a simulation. Ultimately, the identity quality known as beauty is founded on the spectrum known as the real. The ephemeral. Evidence of survival as a culture. The multiplicity of this is expressed in an infinite number of ways. The real quality of refinement is not subordinate to the ephemeral. They are connected to the performance of refinement, which is the primary concern of the ephemeral, even though the ecological and cultural climate often precipitate the logos of each aesthetic progression. Without misplacing a system of values, the ephemeral is readily apparent in handmade ensembles, couture works, or pieces centered around the moral values of the moment. The industrial. The industrial by nature is brutalist in its own way because it is independent of society, more dependent on the primitivism of spiritual solitude and asceticism. In this way, its connection to the performativity of the real through the intellectual is an unspoken requirement of aesthetic life, with or without the merits of wisdom. Primitivism as an unspoken element of culture is a driving force of survival. Under the constructs of primitivism, it is not necessary for the industrial to enjoy society in order to connect confidently with society. Ultimately, the residue of the industrial is dependent on style, because the interdependence of capitalism and social freedom communicates status more viscerally.